Hey collective, good morning. Hey everyone. Today is July 8th, Tuesday. Time is 7:30 a.m. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How y'all doing? It's going to be a general reading. Remember that time is fluid. Whenever you see this message, just when you're meant to see it. Take what resonates and do not, or leave the rest. Yeah, please leave the rest alone if it's not yours. I'm going to be pulling from my deck today. It's going to be a general reading. Whatever comes out, we're just going to take the messages as they come, okay? Nothing specific going on here. What's the message for the collective spirit, please and thank you? I'm going to be using all of my decks. I just remember I said I was going to do that. So give me a sec, y'all. Let me just pull them out. I got a bunch of decks here. Sorry. Yeah, let's get all these out here. I want to use some of these too. Let's start with these. Earth School. Earth School dropouts. The caregiver's abuse. Wow. So the Earth School dropouts are people that, rejected the journey, right? They reject doing the work. They want to stay where they're at. They're comfortable there. It's okay. That's their prerogative, right? What's going on here, Spirit? If I could put all these together. Nah, ain't gonna be right. Nope. Y'all think I'm crazy over here, huh? We gonna work it out though. What's the message for the collective? Because I want to put them all together. What's the message here, Spirit? Ooh, what we got here? What you mad for? Somebody want to know what you mad for. Why you mad? You got what you wanted. Why are you upset? Why are you not happy, not satisfied, right? Or, why are you upset, right? What's going on? Somebody may want to know what's going on with you. Maybe you're not talking. Oh, they slick. They quickly learn that you were way more gifted. Ooh. That's why they mad. They found out you were way more gifted than they thought. You got way more skills than they pictured here. Like, they only saw the tip of the iceberg. I said, you go really deep. You know a lot of things. You're very skilled in a lot of areas that they did not know. So they mad. Somebody feels like they got beat, they got gypped, they got tricked. Like, if they had known how gifted you were, what would they have done? How would they have abused you? Because this was a caregiver, right? Because we've seen caregivers abuse. So how would they have used and abused you, right? Had they known what you were gifted and the things that you could do, right? There's a lot of secrets in this family. Wow. There's a lot of secrets in this family. 999, completion and transformation. Yeah, there's a lot of secrets, and it stems from whoever these people that are mad because they didn't know who you were. They didn't know what you possessed. These are people that never really, they just didn't take you serious. They didn't. They didn't see any value in what you had to offer, what you were, what you possessed, what you came to bring to the table. They weren't interested in it. You know why? It's because they were more interested in manipulative shit, lower vibrational shit. You could have been a very happy, joyous kind of child, I heard, okay, growing up. You were very nurturing, very you were very gifted. You were a gifted child. You excelled in every area of your life. Whatever you try, you were really, somebody could have been, that may have intimidated some of your caregivers, okay? And you know what Spirit just showed me? You could have been abused because you could see through them. Your caregivers knew that you could see their dark sides, right? You could see the manipulative ways about them. You knew a lot of things about them, right? Because you're very gifted. You could have been an empath. You could be. You're somebody that could read people. You could see through their bullshit, their lies, their manipulations. They didn't like that shit. Ooh, somebody did not like that. And they know that you know way more about them and what they've done and what's going on in your family than they gave you credit for. Come on, Spirit. Yes, sir. That's why they mad. Because I heard they could have got way more out of you. You hear me? They could have got way more out of you had they known about your gifts. This person was abusive to you. This person used you as a scapegoat. Oh, wow. This person would do things, right, and cause conflict and chaos in the family and then blame it on you. Yes, they would. They would blame it on you. What we got here? End of the year, tax season, end of contracts in the 5D. Come on now. End of contracts in the 5D, 999. That's another. So once after the 5D, it comes into the 3D. So things are about to come to fruition in the 3D, in the physical. Wow, what we got? If you talk about your money, if I talk about your money, you'll understand. Some people don't understand. Some people are money hungry. That's all they think about is money. Money, money, money. That's all. That's that whole, everything they work and live for is about money. Status, I heard. I remember what you told me to forget. Somebody could have tried to get you to forget something or to block your memory in some way. I remember what you told me to forget. How many of y'all know what it's like to have freedom from bondage? When I sacrificed myself for your happiness, it was a constant lifting things. It was a constant letting things slide because I felt like I owed you that. This could have been a parent. This could have even been a sibling. You know how siblings, y'all bond, right? Y'all be together. Y'all go through all the bullshit in the family together. Y'all do shit and you promise never to say nothing. That kind of shit, right? You cover for each other. But this is somebody that used you as a scapegoat. This is somebody that was very destructive and very manipulative, very much so in their dark, and they were jealous and envious of you as well. And they used you as a scapegoat. Yep, stay away from darkness. Look at that. Yes, you stay away from darkness. This is somebody that thrives in darkness and manipulation and doing things. It's like a sleight of hand. This person gets gratification from tricking people because that makes them feel like they're really good. You know what I mean? And this is somebody that's constantly, all they think about is money. So with this end of the year tax season, end of contracts in the 5D, and this, if I talk about your money, you'll understand. Somebody's about to have some financial problems. Somebody's about to get hit in their wallet, in their pocket. Yep, that's gonna be some kind of something that they owe. It's tax season. You owe taxes. Somebody owe taxes. Somebody didn't report some taxes and they owe taxes. Somebody could be getting audited for their taxes. Okay, and they're going to end up having to pay some money back, falsifying records, that kind of shit. Somebody could be losing a job. Okay, something about somebody's finances. Okay, this is somebody's gonna see what's what. They're gonna get it now. All right, because that's the only thing that they understand. They're gonna get it now. Okay? Whatever this is, there's a lot of secrets in this family. There's a lot of things coming out, okay, that's being spoken about or talked about or said, all right? Shared. Yeah. What's going on here? All right. We got here, you carried me through my mess. Somebody said you carried them through their mess. And it says, you got me going in circles, friends of distinction. You got me going in circles. Round and round I go, 'cause I'm caught up over you. Somebody's caught up. Over you. Over what? You weren't the scapegoat. You weren't the one that they were going to keep using to cover themselves for their fucking bad behaviors. You're not the one. They realizing you're not the one. And what else is happening too is somebody's realizing that you've seen them and you've seen everything the whole fucking time. Where they thought they was an illusion, they're the only ones that couldn't see. They thought that they were so good at what they were doing that you weren't paying attention. You didn't see their sleight of hand. You didn't see the trickery. They were laughing. They were, look. I got her again. I tricked her again. She don't know. Man, listen. I'm saying she because I'm a she. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to relay the energy that I'm picking up. And now somebody's realizing the whole time, and why you didn't say nothing. That's what I heard. Why you didn't say nothing? Somebody feels exposed. Yeah. Why you didn't say nothing? You see, and that's the other card. I did it. I sacrificed myself because I loved you. I sacrificed. I allowed you to get away with things. I gave you more chances, right? Because I loved you. And I felt like you deserved, some grace. Ooh, come on, Spirit. Just like God has given you grace, right? So you gave people grace. It wasn't that you were naive, that you were stupid. You were graceful. Come on, Spirit. Now, they're being seen as jealous and envious. Look at that shit. Now they're being seen as jealous and envious. Because you were showing them grace and mercy. As your Father has shown you grace and mercy. And they thought you were just being stupid. You just being naive. You just being gullible. You just wanted them to love you so bad. Child, listen. End of the tax season, end of the year, end of contracts in the 5D. Listen. Everything was seen. Everything was seen in the 5D. Everybody's been evaluated, right? What did you put out? What did you earn? What's your earnings? What you do? What kind of work did you do? Feeling me? What's going on here, Spirit? Child. You showed them grace and mercy, and they took advantage of that. Caregivers abuse, yes. Yes, especially if it was a caregiver. You know how we love our parents unconditionally. And our siblings and our family, right? And those people that are in our lives, we love them unconditionally. Even when they're flawed. We all are. Fuck with the fudge. Right? We're all flawed. So, when God shows you grace and mercy, that's exactly what you do. You show others grace and mercy, as you should. And then when the contracts are over, you don't have to be bothered with all that judging and you don't do that. That ain't your job. And you know that. You recognize that. You recognize the grace and mercy God has shown you. Come on now. Talk about that. And they thought that was a weakness. Ooh, child. What says? When you walk with God, you walk with many, baby. Listen, they thought it was a weakness. They quickly found out. Listen, you honor your journey. Come on now. They quickly found out. No, this one's seen us the whole time. They seen us the whole time. They didn't judge us. They didn't say anything. They didn't tell on us. They just kept it to themselves, man. They just forgave and forgave and forgave and forgave us, man. They turned the other cheek over and over and over again. Child. The guilt, the shame they don't be feeling, boy. What's going on here, Barrett? What else? They casting lots. Why are we going through all this? Why is this happening? Whose fault is whose fault is this? What was his name on the boat? He was slouching asleep. The boat was rocking and rolling, and everything was falling out. They was throwing shit out. They want to know why they was in so much turbulent water. They went down and asked Joseph, "What's up? Yo, what you do, nigga? Why are we going through this? We know you've been running from God. We know you've been running from God, running from what God told you to do. We all finna die because of you. Because you refuse to do what God told you to do. You're trying to run from it. Because what? Because you don't like the people that he told you to minister to? Because you because you don't like the people he's telling you to work with? Come on now. He told you to go do something, and you refuse because you got some kind of resentment on the people that he's telling you to do this for, or the person he's telling you to do something for, right? Somebody been told to do something and they've been running from it and running from it, and everywhere they've been running, they've been causing chaos in everybody's fucking life. You hear me? Now, whether this is the Most High calling somebody to walk on a specific journey or to do a specific task, all right? Somebody's been trying to run from it. I'm trying to tell you something. And act as if, right? They don't know what you're talking about, right? Yeah, but spiritual, you're finna see. They can say whatever. This right here ain't got nothing on action. Ain't got nothing on action. The fruition. Shit coming to light. It's being seen in the physical. What's going on, his spirit? I see you. You've been seeing them. But look, they kept moving the goalposts. Look at that. You've been seeing them, but you were showing them grace and mercy. You saw their ways, you saw their actions, you saw their manipulation, the lies in your face, you know what I'm saying? Acting like they don't know what you're talking about, right? And you act like, okay. You know what I mean? Because you already know. You already know. You could listen. You ain't fooling nobody but yourself. You're not pulling the wool over my eyes. But, sometimes people don't want to hear what you got to say because it's you. You hear me? So when things are shown, I think that's why Spirit said, be quiet. Look, because he about to reach out and touch them all. Oh, my. I said, those that can hear, let them hear. Those that can see, let them see. Those that can feel, let them feel. Those that can't see, let them hear. Those that can't hear, let them feel. You heard me? That's what I heard. Let's see. You came closer than most, closer than closer. And then we got use a dirty B, and you know your worth, collective. So this is a dirty B, dirty low down, dirty B behaviors. You know the kind. What else going on here, Spirit? So some of y'all came close, or somebody could have came close to you. I don't know. Let's find out. What's that? Unhappy people. In love with potential. Yeah, that's you guys collective. You remind me of myself. Come on, Spirit. I was just finna say that. That's you guys collective in love with potential. You can see the potential in people because they remind you of yourself. Remember when you were in that energy? Before you were awakening to the reality of what you were doing? Never mind what other people were doing, but look what you were responding to. Look what you were reacting to. Look how you were reacting and behaving around other people's choices. Before you realize that each and every one of us will have to be held accountable for our behaviors. For our behavior, because we couldn't show grace and mercy. When God shows us grace and mercy, every time he wakes us up, he gives us another chance. Every single time we wake up and have another day, and he blows his life into us, because it's his function, it's his air. Right? Without it, we can't breathe. Not here. You know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, you know about God's grace and mercy because he showed it to you, which is why you're showing it to other people, right? And that's why when you're interacting with these people, you can see the fear, you can see the trauma, you can see why they're acting the way they're acting. That's why it doesn't move you like they expect it to, because you already see them. And then because they can't see, they think that they're doing something slick. They think that they're stronger than you, smarter than you. You know what I'm saying? They can manipulate you. And I'm telling you, somebody's been doing this for some time, because there's so much potential in you that somebody felt like you were some kind of goal or something to be captured. Ooh, a unicorn. Come on now. You're saying, somebody thinks that, yeah. And they finding out, like, you really are humble. You really are fucking humble. For real. Because they really thought that because you weren't reacting, because you weren't acting out, because you weren't, trying to defend yourself, that they had the upper hand. They thought they had the upper hand. Listen, you apply pressure. You apply pressure, baby. You told Harpo to beat me. Unhappy people wanted to make you unhappy. Yeah. And not only did they treat you in such a manner, but they recruited other people to go along with this mockery. Yeah, they were mocking you. I'm getting the image of somebody saying, watch this, watch this. And then they antagonize you, or they try to trigger you to respond in a certain way. Wow. What's going on in his spirit? That's the message. A little more of these, and then I'm going to slide over to the last deck and see what's going on. We got a couple. What's on the bottom? Bill Withers. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Yep. Now you have been moved out of the picture. Let's see. Sacrifice your own blood for revenge. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah. They sacrificed you. They tried to. Well, they did. Look, a thorn in my side. You're a thorn in somebody's side. We got a stinky blanket, and you are brilliant. Somebody thinks you're brilliant. And something about a stinky blanket. What's a stinky blanket? What is it? It's something that you find comfort in. They're casting lots. Stinky blanket. What's a stinky blanket? You are brilliant. When I think of stinky blanket, I think of Linus and that dirty blanket that they carry. I feel like somebody knew something that you valued, that you cherished, that you really couldn't do without. It's something that they tried to sabotage. All right, your own blood. They sacrificed your own blood. So somebody could have sacrificed a family member or one of your family members. All right, to get back at you. Somebody that's close to you, somebody that they know that you can't do with. It'll be hard for you to do without, and it would cause you a lot of grief. Okay, Take that how it resonates. Yeah. Somebody tried to trigger you by any means necessary. I don't even know why. You know, it's like, I feel like after somebody couldn't, you know, I feel like they couldn't cast those lots on you anymore, right? They couldn't blame you for stuff anymore. They started to try to take you down. You know? If they, you know, because you weren't that weak and insignificant person that they used to walk all over, that they used to use as a scapegoat, right? Yeah, they realized they couldn't. Child. But it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, somebody see the fact that you've been seeing them the whole time. You've seen everything about them, all their little tactics. Look, using your pictures. Somebody could have been using your photos to try and... Look, justice is here, though. Justice is here. Things will be balanced out. That's the justice. That things will be balanced out, you know? Yeah, that's the justice. And you didn't have to do anything but continue to do and be in your humble position. Thank you, Spirit. And continue to have grace and mercy, just as you've been shown grace and mercy. That's it. That's it. And God got the rest. The universe got the rest, baby. You're doing your part. You're doing your part. You've done your part. Ain't nothing else you had to do. All you had to do was step back. All you had to do was step back. Thank you, Spirit. It says the rooster will crow 3 times. That's how you know the prophecy has been fulfilled. Listen. Y'all can hear a rooster crowing 3 times. Emperor. Fall of an emperor. Look at that. Somebody's gonna have falling from grace. That's what I'm hearing. Yep, somebody that was abusive in their rule. Now I was gonna mention about the roosters. You may not be around any physical roosters. You can see a photo of a rooster 3 times. You can see the word rooster 3 times. You can see a cartoon, a meme, you know, something. Okay, just keep that in mind. That's how you're gonna know that whoever this is that was trying to control, they're falling. Blank. Yep, that's it. That's dependent. Yeah, because the spirit's about to reach out and touch this person. To remind them of who they are. Come on now. Because this is somebody that really thought that they were really playing God in your life. They were really, you know, like guiding and pushing you, you know, deeper and deep, trying to push you, you know, into a position that they wanted you in so that they could continue to hide behind you. You know, to fuck up and then say you did it. It's your fault. Somehow, some fucking way. Make that make sense. Okay? But this is what this person's been doing. And there's a lot of family secrets that are about to come out. That are about to be exposed about this person. And that's when this is how you're going to know this person. That's how you're going to know the fall of this person. We got a blank and you're an original. And they were a copycat. I'm telling you, this is somebody that was... Listen... With this copycat and you're an original, this is somebody that was trying to walk in your energy as if I don't know why I heard chosen one. If they were the one that was gifted, if they were the one that was really, I heard really the good one. You were somebody that was very... I already told you about your nature. This is somebody that they didn't want people to see. They wanted it. They wanted to be seen as who you are, how loving, how nurturing, how giving you are. They wanted to be seen as that. That was very attractive to this person, and you were very attractive to other people. People would gravitate towards you. Right? They wanted to be in your energy. Somebody didn't like that. And plus, somebody was so dark that they used to do things to you, I heard. Physically. They used to do things to you. Almost fell for the okie doke. Look at that. Somebody tried to paint you out to be them. And they wanted to walk in your energy. They wanted to be the one that was the graceful one, the one that was shown mercy, and that was show mercy. Wow. And they ain't got nothing to do with you. That's God. That's God. And the fact that, you know what else makes somebody mad is because you seen them and you didn't say nothing. And this is another reason they want you out, because you know them. You know who they are. But you ain't got to do nothing. You ain't got to do nothing, because they're gonna expose themselves. God's gonna do it, because they've been trying to make you out to be the bad guy, the liar, the manipulative one, the sneaky one, right? And they were the good seed. Ooh, I keep hearing they were the good one, and you were the bad one. That's what I heard. I don't know, some of y'all could be twins. That good twin, bad twin, or child, this could be siblings. Take it how it resonates. Ooh, child, heartbroken. Somebody's gonna be heartbroken if they're not already. Because somebody's about to fall from grace. What's going on here? What's the message? You were so mean to me. Look at that. Somebody was so mean to you. I feel like you're gonna be broken when this person falls too. Cause I feel like you really, you love this person. You gave this person grace and mercy, and they were really, really fucking mean to you. They were really nasty to you. Wow. I'm getting a picture of somebody telling somebody, shut up. Every time you tried to say something, it was, shut up. That's because somebody didn't want people to see how smart you fucking were. And how I heard how stupid they were. Hoo-wee. Tower. The illusion is falling. Ooh, Spirit said they gotta wear their own skin. Spirit said they gotta wear their own skin. Ooh-wee. Memories, sense, seeing, hearing, and feeling. You're an empath. You could have all the clairs. You could be clairaudient, clairsentient, claircognizant. You could be very clear. Yeah. You could have all the clairs. Yeah. You could see this person's pain. You could see this person's before they even did shit. It's like a meter inside of you, right? You could pick up people's energy. Come on, man. Listen. They gotta wear their own skin, Spirit said. Wow. They gotta wear their own skin. Child, I'm all set. I'm all set. What we got here? Sense of security. Ooh-wee. Reverse. They had a false sense of security using your pictures. Yep, doing whatever they was doing. Look at this shit. They shocked. They shocked. They had a false sense of security. And you trusted and had faith, baby. Listen. Look, a fish in a bowl. Now they feel like everybody can see them. Of course everybody see you. Just like the collector saw you. And you took the collector's humble nature for being naive and insignificant. How about that? Confirmation. Ooh-wee. They thought you was insignificant. You was just hidden. You was a gem, nigga. You was just hidden. Cause I like we said from the beginning, had these person known that about your gifts and what you knew and what you could do. You know what I'm saying? How you are, whatever it is that you got going on. Oh, you hear me? They might have hurt you, man. For real, they did hurt you, but you know what I'm saying? They would have really exploited you. You know what I mean? Worse than they already have. You hear me? Thank you, Spirit. What's this message? Letter, message. There's a message coming. There's a message coming. I'm going to end it right there, y'all. I'm going to end it right there. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the message. Let's get you all spiritual as fuck. This has been a general message. I ain't got no title for it. I guess you got to read the book today. Read the book. Yes, read the book, because this is something. Ooh, this is a good chapter. Yeah, somebody had a false sense of security, boy. Yes, they did. Yeah, they are shocked. Look at this. I love it. I love this reading. What's the message here, Spirit? Can I get one on the table, please? Because we spiritual as fuck up in here. They didn't know you was spiritual as fuck. Ooh, that might be the title. They didn't know. Had they known how gifted you were, they would have exploited you more. Manifest the fuck out your dreams. Come on now. It says the most vulnerable thing to admit to is not your deepest wound. It's what you really, truly want. Ooh, wait. We're talking your biggest, craziest, crazy-assest dreams and desires. Be vulnerable, at least with yourself. Write that shit down. Make a to-do list and maybe even tell someone. Make it happen. You can do this. Tell somebody you trust. I just noticed I done got me a nice little shade going on here, being like that damn hot 100-degree sun. Hey, summer. Summer kisses. All over your skin, right? Anyway, y'all have a good day. All right? Happy Tuesday. I'll see y'all. Deuces. Oh, yeah. I don't have a mouse.